subdue the leopard before it caused any major harm, and they were able to safely relocate it back into the forest. On April 13, 2009, a woman jumped a fence at the Berlin Zoo, entering the polar bear enclosure during their feeding time. Once inside, the woman did the worst thing possible and began thrashing about, drawing attention to herself, which of course the hungry bears came to investigate. Luckily, after multiple attempts, rescuers were able to pull the woman out of the water and to safety, and just in the nick of time too, because just as they began to pull her to safety, the bears started clawing at her back. Even after severe questioning, the police still do not know why the woman felt the need to jump into the polar bear enclosure. However, they did issue her a citation for trespassing. At least she'll have a cool story about how she got those scars. In October of 2014, another person jumped the fence at a zoo and entered an animal enclosure. But unlike the woman previously mentioned, he had an excuse. He was drunk. The man, while in a drunken stupor, saw a tiger in its enclosure and decided he needed to get a closer look. And just like Ron Burgundy, he immediately regretted his decision. The man, so riddled with fear, curled up into a ball, while onlookers watched as the tiger slowly circled in on him. According to many bystanders, the tiger only became agitated when people began throwing stones at it. Once the tiger reached the young man, he pounced him. Unfortunately, this story does not have a happy ending. Before the rescue crew could reach the man, he was mauled to death. If staring face to face with a tiger doesn't faze you, then perhaps having a stare down with two lions will, which is exactly what 22-year-old mentally unstable drug addict Chung Wo-chan did. While in a full business suit, the man hopped into the lion's den at a Taipei, Taiwan zoo, took off his jacket and started waving it about like a matador. Fortunately, unlike the previous story, the lions were unable to harm the man since the zoo staff tranquilized them without causing any harm. Afterward, Wo-chan was able to be saved unharmed and placed into a court-mandated rehab. Today, Wo-chan is clean, completely off of his illegal mind-altering drugs, and given legal mind-altering drugs that help him get a handle on his mental disabilities. This goes to show, even when you are totally out of your mind, there's still hope. A Russian trainer and his trained circus brown bear are brought onto a live television show, where the host was supposed to interview the trainer about his day-to-day life as a bear trainer. But as fate would have, or as the bear wanted to have it, that was not the case. Because no matter how well you think you've trained a wild and deadly animal, it only takes a single innocent mistake to cause them to snap. After the bear and his trainer are brought onto the stage, the trainer begins to display how kind and lovable the bear really is. While the bear was hugging his owner, the TV host came up from behind and took a seat. When the bear turned back from the hug, it was so startled by the hostess